What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Svartalfheim. Last we left off, we got our starter base going. We got a mortar and pestle, a storage box, a bed, basically some of the essentials. And we also tamed a couple of Ulfens. These star Ulfens here, this one's a king slaying. Okay, that's pretty awesome. What does that do? It's a tier 1. This creature has an instinctual dislike for important enemies, but is less aggressive otherwise. So wait, and since you're the same, are you the same? You're inherent oxygen mutable. And you're getting hungry, so do you have any berries on you that we could eat? No. Alright. Let me go get some food for these guys real quick. But yeah, in today's video, I'd like to get some metal and some crystal, so we can basically get the metal tools, the spyglass, the crystal, the soul trap things. Yeah, I want to get those in today's video. And first we need to get like a refining forge so we can start with that. Oh, also, I've been getting a comment on a couple of my videos saying if I press end, something will happen. What's it do? Oh. Well, that works out, I guess. Oh yeah. That might make the game run a little smoother. Okay, first thing I'd like to do before we do anything else, I'd like to modify the base. I don't like how it's just a small box. I kind of want to get a roof going, like an actual roof. So what I kind of want to do is like get like some roofs going. We need some like basically some thatch. Yeah, we can get some sloped. We need some wood, not a problem. Some of that, and then some fiber. We basically just need more fiber, pretty much, it looks like. Alright, let's, we got 26 fiber to start with. So how many of those would we need? I think we would need 4 sloped thatch each. So can we make 4? We can make 3. Alright, better than nothing. I want to get a little more creative with my starter base. Put that over here, and then we need one more. I think I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's fiber we're short on, of course. It's always fiber. Always fiber. So if a Moss Chops wants to show up, that would be kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, also, there was a yellow drop that granted me this Ascendant Pike. It had, what was it? How much damage was it? 232% damage. So that should make killing things a little bit easier anyway. Considering I don't die before I get a chance to use it. Yeah, there's, a red drop over there. Okay, could you get out of the way? I'm trying to get some fiber here. Alright, we need some fiber. We need to make one more slope. Yeah, it's just fiber that's slowing us down. Alright, we can make 7. Let's make 1 for now. And then we need 4 of these. Alright, let's go. We can make 4 of them. I just want to modify a little bit, just so we have that. We're not going to get that many levels from that, so... I mean, we're already pretty high level. We're, level 72 at the moment. Yeah, I level up pretty fast. That's how I have the settings. So we can tame faster, level up faster, and whatever. So yeah, we got the roof going. Already it's looking a little more creative. That's actually looking really good. Alright, let's get the, what is it? The Frontier Cosmetic. Let's get the Scorched Earth Cosmetic on these to make it more unique looking. There we go. That should be good. Now that's a proper hut right there. Alright, alright. So what do we need for a refining forge? We're gonna need that to smelt metal. We have some metal on us. Alright, how much metal do we have? We have 4, which is enough for 2 ingots. So if we wanted to, we could get the soul gun. But we need to get some crystal if we're gonna find it. So, refining forge. We don't need fiber. We do need fiber. Of course we do. 40 fiber to be exact. Let's just get the fiber done and over with so I don't have to worry about fiber. Alright, luckily these bushes are very generous when it comes to fiber. Yeah, we got 28 from that. Or 4 from that. We had 24 previously. All right, we need 40 fiber. All right, that's fiber taken care of. Let's get stone taken care of. So if you guys find yourself enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. And yeah. So we'll get that going. There's that promotion. And yeah. Let's continue getting some stone. We need 125 altogether. All right. Can we pull the rest of this stuff? Let's see if we can pull the rest of this stuff. What do we want? A refining forge? What's this? RR feeding basket. Huh. That's cool, I guess. All right. Can we get one of these? We need 29 hide. All right. Whatever. I also made 2 bows. We got one loaded with stone arrows and one loaded with trank arrows. So if we find something worth taming, we could grab it. Let's get a lone Ulfend. 681 damage. And that'll, of course, be the refining forge done. And then we'll need some metal so we can make the smithy, and then we should be good to go. Alright. We got our little hut, which is looking nice. Okay, let's make our refining forge. There we go. Let's, we got 3 more levels from that. So let's get to 700 weight, and then or health, and then the rest into weight. Alright. We got that. What do we need for a preserving bin? Do we have the resources needed for a preserving bin? Hold on, give me a second. Preserving bin. Can we pull those items? We need more fiber. Of course we do. Alright, that should be more than enough fiber for the preserving bin. And then we should be able to pull that stuff. And we're going to need spark powder to run it, aren't we? Alright, I guess I'll see how much stone I have. I think I only have 1 stone left. Hopefully I have some stone in the storage thing. Hopefully. Alright. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can pull that preserving bin. Now we need 22 stone. Are you... Oh my god. Now we can pull it, right? Preserving bin. Take 3. Now we need 6 wood. Of course we do. Do you have any wood on you? Don't worry, we'll do some exploring. Alright. You know what? I'll ride you so we can get that faster. Alright, that's the wood taken care of. Let's go ahead and see what that purple drop has to offer. Oh, and also, the drops look different. Kind of like in Fjordur and in Astraeus. Instead of being like regular orbital drops, they're statues. Like this here. That is cool. Alright, what do we get in this drop? Pretty much crap. Alright, the refining forge, I think I already crafted that. The cementing paste, that would be great. The cementing paste will actually come in handy. I'll take the cementing paste. Let's head back home. We've got the... Moss chops! Please tell me you want a... Alright, you're a level 100. Metro Bear. Yes, we've got a moss chops. Let's go. That makes fiber gathering a lot easier. We're gonna get so much fiber from this. Holy crap. Alright. We've got a fiber gatherer. We've got a fiber gatherer anyway. Alright, Mr. Moss Chops. There you are. You climbed all the way over there? I think you're a paleo Moss Chops. You're not even a regular Moss Chops. I think we can ride you without the saddle. Yeah, we can. We can ride you without the saddle. But you do come with one. Alright. We've got a fiber gatherer, which is awesome. We got a Moss Chops. Let's go. I'm going to give you some of this meat. Alright, I've got 6 wood. Can we make the preserving bin now? If you tell me we need more... Oh, we have everything in our inventory. Alright, cool. I wanted to use the pull feature, but whatever. Alright, we'll put the preserving bin or the refining forge over here. And then we'll put the preserving bin over here. There we go. That's the preserving bin. We are going to need spark powder to run that. So we got 9 flint altogether. And then stone, we've got 10 stone. How many of that can we make? I think that comes in 2s. I think that's enough for 8. So let me go get some more stone and some more flint real quick. And then we can store our prime. Just so we have something to store our prime with. That's kind of the goal. And then we will finally do some exploring, look for some metal and some crystal, and then do all that. I'd love to get a pteranodon, but from what I've been told in the mod description, flyers don't spawn on Svartalfheim. So this will probably be a much more interesting adventure. I'm basically just doing this in the meantime while we wait for Ragnarok to come out. Yeah, that comes in 2s, so that's 30. 30 spark powder. Alright. Let's put this leftover wood. We only have 1 wood in there. Never mind. We only have 1 wood. Let's go get some more wood real quick. Alright. I think we are officially ready for whatever adventure we have. Alright, you've still got the wood, Ulfend. We're obviously taking the Ulfend. We got 100 wood. I want to keep, like, 30 of that for the smithy. So we'll use this 73 for the refining forge. And then the rest of that we'll use for the wood. For the smithy, even. Right, we got 4 metal here. And then we should have another 4 metal. That's 8 metal. We need 2 more to get the smithy. And, yeah. Alright, we got that. Cook that up. We can put this away. Alright, the spoiled meat we could probably use for, like, narcotic. Alright. I think we are officially ready for some exploration. We'll see what's going on. We need some crystal for the spyglass, as well as some dino balls, and then we need some metal for the smithy, any weapons we may need, like the pick. I want to at least get a pick going, so then we can, you know, get metal much easier. And yeah, let's go explore a little bit. But first, I've got a couple of I got 1 level. All right, we are now level 76. Like I said, we level up pretty quick on here. The settings I have. Alright, let's explore a little bit. I hope we don't run into any microraptors. Alright, we got a tiger. Alright, we got 9 levels. So let's apply some, I guess, some weight. And then some stamina. And then put the rest into melee. Let's go. We got a tiger here. That was a 100 tiger. Of course it was. Alright. Now that basically flyers don't spawn on this map, exploration just got a lot more interesting. Hello, Dillo. How you doing? Alright, we're gonna go in first person. See what's going on. Ooh. This is pretty. This is very pretty, actually. Wait, is that a cave? Oh, that looks like a cave. Or is this an aberration? Or is this just like a little... Nope, that looks like a cave. That looks like a cave. I think the cave is just loading in. Alright, it's a little dark in here, so let's up the gamma a bit. Oh, wow. This looks like an aberration bit. Yeah, this definitely looks aberration. Definitely giving me aberration vibes. Alright, so far I don't see any life, any creatures. Now, is this classed as crystal, or is this classed as green gem? If we can get... Alright, we got some crystal. If we can get 1 more... There we go, we got crystal. Let me just get 2 more crystals so we can get both going. Both spyglasses, so I know which one to use. Alright, cool. Let's craft up the spyglass. Let's get both of them. Oh, we need cementing paste. And we need metal ingots as well. Never mind. We need metal ingots and we need cementing paste. Alright, well, we might as well head back to base. Alright, let's head back home because we need metal and cementing paste to even make the spyglasses. I want to at least get a spyglass going, and then we'll go back out. Let me turn down the gamma because we can see now. Game. Another lag spike. There we go. Wait, is that another moss chop? That is another moss chops. Please tell me you want Mejo berries. You're regular moss chops. Raw prime fish meat. Piss off with that. Alright, wait, what stats? 23 in health, 19. Your stats are pretty mid. You're only a level 100, so of course you're not going to be the greatest level. Alright, so the metal ingots. We got 4 metal ingots, which is enough for both spyglasses. And we have more than enough cementing paste to do that, so let's go ahead. Spyglass. We'll get both versions, just so we can try them out. So now we can hold the spyglass and use a weapon at the same time. Alright, this is going to throw me the hell off, so I like to put the spyglass in the 6 slot. Okay, it must be noon. But that sounds like the extinction theme. Alright, we still need to get some crystal and some metal. So we should probably put some stuff away first. You got a bunch of thatch on you. There we go. We've got thatch for days. Thatch for days. Alright, let's explore a little more. We've got 35 tranks, which is enough for pretty much, which is enough to tame something small, like maybe a raptor or a trike, or maybe a trike, depending on what level the creature is. Let's go uphill a little bit, see what's going on over here. Oh, that is a strange colored Antrodemus. Of course you're a 145. I'm staying away from that. That's not even a bridge. This is... Oh, there's the bridge over there. There's a raptor over here. There's a Therizino. A 145, of course you are. What level's that raptor? I'd like to get a level on that. What, hold on. What did that say? No. What did that say? Oh, there you are. A berserk raptor. Do you count as like an alpha? Are we ready to take on an alpha raptor? Well, it's chasing a... I believe that's a protoceratops. Alright, let me get to the bridge. Let me get to that bridge area. See if we can fight it. Maybe we'll get some good loot from it. Alright, that's lava. That's bad. We don't want to touch that. That's no touchy stuff. 145 dodo. A 140 iguanodon. There's so many high levels. Okay, that's where the Eocarcharias are. That's a level 60. That's a level 100. That is a beautiful Therizino. Level 55. Is that an S-Trike? Yeah, that's an S-Trike, level 25. Okay, there's the Berserk Raptor. I kind of want to go after that. So yeah, Astraeos has astral creatures, and Svartalfheim has Berserk. Yeah, you stay focused on that Protoceratops. Oh, we do about 1,400 damage, actually. Okay, what did we get from that? Oh, we got an Ascendant Procoptodon saddle. We got an Energy Crystal, Mithril Ore, Obsidian Flux. Don't know what any of this does. I'll take the fish meat, though. I'll put the Mejos in my inventory for now. And some Fur Gauntlet blueprints. Okay. Oh, there is an O. I'd rather not deal with you. That is a lot of Eocarcharias. There's like 1 over here, and then there's 3 over here. That's an unconscious trike. What knocked you out? It's only level 25. That scorpion might have something to do with it. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm not even gonna tame it because it's not worth taming. I guess this is metal. Okay, we got a couple metal from this. We're gonna need some more crystal if we want some dino balls. I guess these are just metal nodes. I guess that's what these are. These are like Svartalfheim's equivalent to metal nodes. There goes my pick. We need more wood and thatch to fix that. There's a Therizino over there anyway. Alright, let's see. We got 13 metal from that. We just need a bit of wood and thatch to repair that. Well, is that Therizino? You are a 145. Of course you are. That's the third 145 we came across. That's got to be an S-trike. That's a regular trike. Level 60. Oh, there's a more open terrain. Oh, God. Alright, I'd rather it be me than that guy. Alright, there's an S-Allo, level 20. Being attacked by a 135 S Deinonychus. Those only tame with kibble, though. That's the only problem. I'd love to have one. Looks like it is getting murdered by those allos anyway. Alright, well, we know there's crystal in the aberration area. There's crystal in the aberration area. That was a level 20 terrorbird. And that was a 60. Alright, there's another bridge. There's a couple more bridges, actually. Okay, this is looking really cool. A really cool map, I must say. We got another Olfend. What's this all about? Oh, there's one of those Australian sauropod dudes. Diamantinosaur. That's a 55. Not too crazy. Let's see what this is all about. Alright, base should be below us somewhere. I think it's that way. Yeah, it's that way. Alright, we got another moss chops over here. We got a couple of moss chops, actually. If I can't find any crystal around here, I'll go back to the aberration area. Because I know for a fact there's crystal there. There's some crystal. I found some crystal. You stay right there. I'm gonna grab some crystal. Alright, are you being for real? We didn't get any crystal from that? Oh no, we got one crystal. We got one anyway. Alright, we just need the one for like a soul ball. And then one metal ingot for the... What's this all about? Hold on. Give me a second. I might look at that drop in a minute, but give me a second. What is this? What is this all about? There's like some stairs up here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, this could be like a good base spot, maybe. That's cool, actually. Wow, alright, cool. Let's keep going across the bridge again. Luckily we got these bridges, otherwise we wouldn't be able to know how to get from point A to point B. Raptor, what level are you? A 140 male. Okay, we could tame that, actually. If we could get a raptor, that would be awesome. He is by himself. That was a miss. Of course it was. No, don't attack that turtle. Alright, I killed the turtle without killing the raptor. Alright, Mr. Raptor. That was another miss. Alright, we got him. We got him. Alright, cool. Let's start shooting him. And one more. And it's down. Awesome. He's down. We got our first raptor. Do we have any meat? No, we don't. But luckily there... No, I think you already harvested it. Alright, whatever. I mean, we got cooked meat, but I don't think cooked meat will be very effective. Let's see what's in this... game. Game, thank you. Let's see what's in this blue drop here. Game. Pointless stuff. We got... What's that? A fireplace? Tripwire narcotic trap? When are we ever going to need that? Alright, we got a Diplo being attacked by a couple of aloes. Let's not bother with that. If we could kill a quick Diplo, we could get Prime on this. There's an elephant. That could be a cool tame. That Diplo should provide us with enough Prime. Alright, ignore or avoid that aloe. Mr. Raptor. Oh, it's right below us. Awesome, alright. The Prime should be in my inventory. We got 7 Prime. That should be more than enough. We've got a fatty raptor. What does fatty mean? Actually, let me look that up. Let me see your pre-tame stats. The stats aren't the greatest. We got 25 into health, 23 into stamina, oxygen, food, no one cares, 24 into weight, 25 into melee. Let's see what the fatty trait's all about. This creature's fat acts as a protective layer against incoming damage. Okay, so it takes a resistant amount of damage. I'm just going to put some regular meat in there just in case. We have enough crystal for 1 dino ball anyway. So we're going to go ahead and make a dino ball just so we can bring this guy back home. Alright, and I will let you guys know when this raptor's fully tamed. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, that's a 140 aloe. It's kind of getting close. So, we'll just have to, I guess, wait for this raptor to tame up. No, no. Stop eating. Stop eating. We need to keep an eye on that Allosaurus. Might be a taming aloe, but every time I tame an aloe, I don't really get much out of it. I guess they're supposed to be like a pack creature. They're like really good in like a pack. But by themselves, they're not that great. And there we have it. Our raptor has been tamed. Let's go ahead and put you away. Just to make it a little bit easier. And then we can head back home. And we're back at base. See? We're back in one piece. We leveled up a bunch, and now we're basically ready to go. So, alright, let's check out the stats of this raptor, maybe get a saddle for it, and then we'll test it out. And this will probably be our new, basically, main dino. Alright, so... Did that snake just move? Yeah, he moved. Yeah, see, his head was by the mountain before. Yeah, he's moving. Very slowly, but he is moving. I think that's just for aesthetic, though. We don't need the threat. Alright. Let's see, raptors. So let's take a look at our raptor stats. It didn't seem like it had the greatest pre-tamed, but let's see what it got tamed. Yeah, about average. 34 into health, 34 into stamina, oxygen, food, no one cares, 36 into weight, 36 into melee. I mean, the melee is decent, the health, not so much. Of course it got 40 points into food, because why wouldn't it? So yeah, this is our raptor. We got our raptor. I think he takes reduced damage. Do we have enough resources for a raptor saddle? Let's see if we can get a saddle. Alright. Let's, pull. We need 63 fiber. Lucky for us, we've got a fiber machine. Wait. Paleo Moss Chops can't gather fiber? Oh no, that sucks. Alright, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go see... There was another Moss Chops, a regular Moss Chops over by that ruin. So I'm gonna see what kind of food it wants, and then we'll go from there. Wow, Paleo Moss Chops, I guess they don't harvest. Oh, we got a metal hatchet anyway. We must have got that from killing something. Alright, well, that makes it convenient anyway. Alright, the Medjos I kind of want to keep. Do you have any Tintos? You have 10 Tintos. Alright. Let's, go see what that other Moss Chops wanted. Unless you change your mind and want something else. Tinto Berry. Alright. I have Tinto Berries in my inventory, right? Yep, I do. Don't care what level you're. 20, you know. As long as you gather fiber, I don't care. Alright, let's go ahead and put you in a Pokeball. Let's just gather some quick fiber. Okay, this was just another way up here. Huh. Cool, cool. Okay. Apparently the Moss Chops are broke. Because this is a regular Moss Chops, and that's unable to get fiber. Well, looks like I'm going to have to do it by hand. What do we need, 63 fiber? See, apparently the Moss Chops are broken at the moment. Otherwise, we'd be able to gather fiber for days. Now can we pull? Alright, raptor. There we go. We got a raptor saddle going. Awesome. Now, let me put some stuff away so we don't get too heavy. Raptor, let's check you out. Yeah, your stats aren't the greatest, but there's something anyway. Alright, how much damage do we do? What level are you? 20. Alright, cool. And what level are you? Also a 20. I'm gonna need everything on passive right now. 131. Not bad. We got a turtle, of course, level 20. Alright, everything can go back on neutral. It is getting dark, so let's up the gamma real quick. Alright, we got this trike, level 100 trike. I'll leave you alone. We got another drop. Maybe this drop will provide a metal pick, so then all I'll need to get is a sickle. That would be awesome. Wait, we still need the smithy. We still need the smithy before we can handle that. Alright, so we've got a raptor anyway, which is awesome. I guess I'll save the spear bolts for metal when I eventually get a grinder, but whatever. We do 131 damage per bite. So that's awesome. There we go. Yeah, we've got like a bunch of levels, and this will make gathering the Basilisaurs a lot easier. We'll get like all the oil, all the hide, and all the spoiled meat we could ever need from those. We got 14 levels. Let's go up. Get that to maybe 5K. Get the weight up a bit. There we go. Alright. So we managed to get a raptor. I might get some crystal on my spare time, as well as some... I'll go back to the aberration area, get some crystal on my spare time, and maybe some more metal, and then we should have a smithy and all the metal tools ready to go by then. But until then, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.